some of the pedals. Can I check those too?
Yep.
I think the gear enables us. I think everything that we like, it helps the band sound. You know, it's not just something that you have to control. Basically, it doesn't play you. That's the rule we have. Yeah, the plasma sounds like something very expensive is breaking, like you've broken the PA system. We arrived late, we didn't have much time to try it on the record, but since we've been playing the shows, we've used it on lots of songs.
It fits in really well with the new tracks and the old tracks. I usually use just a regular distortion, sometimes a big muff, but I use a hot cake, and I usually try and have like a step up 1 and 2. So for the heavier moments in a lot of the tracks, the plasma is amazing for doing that kind of crazy, the wild distortion on the top at the end of the track.
Big muffs on the like Russian big muffs, and then now I've got an American one, or the silver one, only because if I break them, I can replace it more easily. You know, so that's kind of fuzz on top of things. It's always part of my sound. But the plasma's got that gate, which is that's the wicked thing about it, like to have all of that noise and then to tune that gate in, so you can have in between chords. You can have silence, and there's all that kind of little crackle of it. It sounds like something very expensive is breaking, like you've broken the PA system. That's the sound. So it takes a little getting used to. That's normal, and that's. That's my trouble, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my trouble, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my trouble, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my trouble, yeah, 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 yeah. It's really cool. Experimented with the plus pedal. Yeah, I've experimented with that. And I do a lot of stuff with some long drones. So I think that would be a great songwriting thing, and to write a song with that, to make that essentially, you know, you have to always have that to perform it, and it makes some things possible. And it feels like a piano, so that's great. That's another rule breaker. I love a Gamechanger effort. Love that thing. Excited to see what you guys do next, because essentially you're going to provide, we were saying this last night, you provide the starting point for musicians to then go up, jump off and see where they can go with it, and the combinations that are there. I think you're doing things that weren't possible beforehand, and that's a really exciting bit. So
yeah, giving people inspiration with sound like that to kind of then write with, and you know, integrate into their music and their song structure, and yeah, it's amazing. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Musical bits of equipment are the best, because everyone have an effects pedal or whatever that makes a noise, but if it's musical and it's tactile and it's easy to work with, it helps the band sound. You know, it's not just something that you have to control. Basically, it doesn't play you. That's the rule we have. If you're busy working with this thing rather than performing the show, then might have it for a few shows, but then those pedals go back in the studio. But it's all well and good having good sounds and interesting things to work with, But if it detracts from you doing your gig and connecting with an audience, that's kind of our rule of thumb. If we're looking down at the pedal board a little too much, we know we need to kind of focus back on the crowd. And so things that make it easier to express yourself are always on our radar.
Sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour, sweet sour, sour by the minute, but you're sweeter by the hour. Thank you very much.